White privilege. Think about it. Whose flesh tone is this? I have brown Band-Aids in my classroom. I had to special order them. They're twice as much as these, and they're hard to find, and they're frequently out of stock. But when I hand a brown child a white Band-Aid, I am literally adding insult to injury, and I refuse to do that in my classroom.
This comes as Band-Aid previously vowed to expand their skin color options, but apparently finding them in stores hasn't been that easy. So guys, we're going to go back to the panel. Band-Aids as apparently markers of oppression. Tony Katz, I want to start with you and ask you, is this representative of a larger trend on the left to just absolutely obsess over issues of race when there is no overt racism present?
Well, two things. Number one, it wouldn't matter to me what color Band-Aid makes Band-Aid in, as long as it will stop the bleeding, I'm good. And when it's Muppets or when it's a rainbow or when it's 900 other designs or your favorite football team, as long as it stops the bleeding. I don't think there's any issue here with Band-Aid saying, hey, we could go full Crayola on this and really do very, very well. But what you're talking about, Steve, is critical race theory. This is what critical race theory does. It is purpose. Its existence is to find the racism and the bigotry in all things. It's why when schools engage in teaching critical race theory, whether it be to students or to teachers, they are teaching bigotry. And this really does offend a lot of people who buy into this, but their offense is not something I can worry about, because what they're doing to the rest of society and to kids is horrific. To try and find, to look to find, to desire to find racism in all things is a nasty way to live a life, and therefore sets the idea that everybody's against you. Everybody wants to attack you. Everybody wants to hate you. So yeah, sure, have Band-Aids in all the colors. I'm down with it. I may buy a few. But describing it as the worst thing and adding insult to injury, that's critical race theory at play.
Yeah, I mean, Barack, I was wondering what Tony just said. In an effort to find racism in everything, are then you teaching racism, which is what you're trying not to do?
Yeah, of course. It's like don't think about elephants, right? The same concept here. Look, what is the purpose of Band-Aids? Is it to camouflage with the skin? If that's the case, well, then I guess the lady has an issue and a point. But I have little kids, and they like their Scooby-Doo Band-Aids. They like their Spider-Man Band-Aids. It's not about camouflaging with the skin. It's a bunch of nonsense. This is really about people who have nothing better to do with their time than to imagine how they can be offended and then run with it. That's their main focus. And any time that they have anything to think about, it's always in terms of race. So, Heather, you're 100% right. And this is on top of the recent finding that Dave Pilkey, his books are somehow passively racist as well. This is the guy who did Captain Underpants and the Caveman books and so forth. It's getting obscene. It's getting to the point that we just can't even function in our daily lives without thinking that somehow we're offending somebody.
Right.